What is the next thing I want to do? I want to show you actually. Okay. So your wait is over. Okay, so we have this pen. I'm just going to write here. Top end. What is the top end? Top end is also, bottom end. What if I want to extract the data at the top level or at the bottom level? Top end is a function. Top end is a function. Let's see that. How it works. So let's first of all see that how it works. Now you see, so let's just quickly create the table. I'm going to use the same table. Let's say country and sales. Let me first of all ask you one thing. Now, suppose this is your data. Yeah, this is your data. Now, what if you want to find out the total business done from the top three countries, only the top three countries, which means that if I put the filter sorting here, I need to add this. How can you do that? Because if you use the filter, what will you write here? Greater than what? You don't know the number, isn't it? In the filter, you don't know the number that you have to be like here. Now I can see the data and I can say, well, it has to be greater than or equals to 43,626. So naturally, then filter will give you this data. But this number can change in future also, isn't it? And how do you know it's 43626? Because I'm looking at this data. I want this to be done automatically, right? So filter can't do this. Filter is, normal filter. Summarize is very different. Summarize just gives you the grouping. It just gives you the data group by, right? But on that group, what if I have to pick the top 3, top 5, or the bottom 3, bottom 5 countries with their data? So they said that no worries, we will give you the top end function. Let's now see. So first of all, I just create the border here. Okay. So top end again is the function which cannot work directly in the measure. It returns the data. So first of all, let's quickly go and create the new table here to understand the function. So I'll write here Q1 top end. I'm just going to write top end. There's some other function as well, top end scale. Please go and check yourself. I don't know, right? Returns a given number of top rows according to a specified expression. So it's going to return the top rows. Top rows. So they have this criteria ascending, descending. So if you write ascending, obviously you have the bottoms. And if you write descending, you have the top performers. Don't worry about that. And value is basically what you want. So as I said that I want actually 3, let's say, I want the top 3 rows. Okay. I want the top 3 rows of my table based on, as I said, total sales. Top 3 countries. This is what we are talking. Only top 3 countries, not the entire data. Right? This is the data I want to see. So table is toy shop data, toy data, right? Okay. And then order by expression. You need to tell the expression, the field. Okay. So this should be done by sales. Or any you can use anything. Item shipped also, whatever. And now you have order 1. Descending, ascending. You can use 0, 1 as well. Okay. I think 0 is for ascending, but I'll just go and use the top, the descending one basically. And that's it. Okay. If you put one more comma, you have the another expression that, once you have, so this is basically sorting on the next column. As you know, in sorting, we can apply sorting on the different columns. I don't need that. I just want this particular thing now. Okay. This is what I want. Let's go and press enter. You see, I've got the top 3 rows. This is not summarize. Again, I'm telling you, don't expect here any totaling happening. Top 3 rows, it's telling you. Top 3. These are the top 3 sales. You see that? Let's go and see in the data. So first of all, let me open the Excel file. In Excel, because I want to show you something in this formula. Otherwise, that can confuse you. So if you see the data here, so sales, right? So I'm just going to pick actually this one, the last one. This and this. These are the top ones you can see here, right? Yeah, so we got the answer. This is what we have here. Russia, India, Germany. Russia, India, Germany. Perfect. So we have got the top 3 rows. And if I change this to ascending, we will have the sales from the bottom. Let's see. Let me just enter. Yeah, enter. See that. Now, this is what I want to tell you. You said 3, but there are 4. You know why? Because these values are repeating. So it is going to pick on the values for you. Let me show you again. So basically how this, you should be clear about this. Let's say, okay, so this is, I think, the A. Now see what I'm going to do. These are unique numbers of 5. What if I create 2000 here? If I, let's say this is the same, I'll create 2000. One more item as 2000. Let's say here. Okay. Now what will happen? Because if you see the top 3, you'll get this, 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 and this. If you put the filter on this, right? So you get 4 rows in return, right? Let me save the file. And I think the link I have to change. So I'm going to do the same thing here. See what's going to happen. Change. Yeah, so the file has to be changed. The new folder today. This one. Now let's go and refresh the data. So automatically going to refresh. So I expect here 4 rows, isn't it? Okay. Nothing happened here. We have to see. First of all, once again refresh. Let's see that. Yeah, it's coming here. See that. It's coming here. 200, 200, 1999. Okay. Because the first item, it has picked 2000. Then the second item again is the same. So it's the highest sale. So naturally it has to be 2000, right? I mean, it has to pick. Then the third one is 999. Now, interestingly, if I put one more 1999, then what will happen? Right? Because you see, these are the top ones. So it has no conflict with the third one because the third one is the lowest value than these, right? So this is absolutely fine. But the question is that, so what happens if I have 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000? What will happen then? Because all are equal. It will show you on, like right now, this is 1999 sale. Okay. If I go back here and I put some other value as well, let's say I'll put here this 999. Now this is also the, basically the second highest sale in a way, if considering the 2000 as one entry. So let me save the file. Now see, if I refresh, you see that? Yes. So you'll get the data. Remember this. I mean, don't get confused because this is how the top end works, right? Because for the top end, even if the values are equal, I mean, if it's a first contributor, if the first highest value, the second highest value, if it repeats, it's going to definitely pick the second one. But if you have, let's say 999, then after the this 1999, the value is less than 1999, then top end will return only 3 rows because then the job is done. Because finally you have said, I need only 3 rows, right? But if the third entry is again repeating, now this 1999 can be, or let's say in the data, it's repeating 5 times. You will see that the entire data. Okay, this is how basically the top end function works. Whether you use this for the descending or for the ascending order. Okay, if the values are repeated and they are the part of those top and the bottoms, they will. This will be available. Okay. Now, in this entire thing, if you have noticed one thing, that top end returns the table. Now, it is our choice that how do we need the data from the top end. I mean, we need the top performers or let's say the bottom performers for sure. But in which form? For example, I can entirely change the context of this function also. Like this is picking the rows, uh, individual rows, isn't it? There's no summarization happening. Now, what if I tell that top end, I'm already giving you a data which has total sales based on the process, like country wise. Out of that, give me the top three. Of course, that is also okay. So what I'm trying to say, this table. If you provide this table to the top end, can it not go and pick the top three rows for you? Yes, it can. So it means combination of summarize and top end will be fantastic. That will give you more control on the data, isn't it? Right. So first of all, let me just change this data. It's going to undo it. Yeah, let me save this file. So now let's see that how we can do that. I mean, another way of writing the thing. So let's just simply say that we need the top two countries data. We need the top two countries data. Okay. Based on the overall sales. Right now, if you use this top two here, you will get these top two rows. One is this and one is this. Now, this is not actually the total. This is simply the extraction from your normal data, which has no aggregation. It's just picking the top rows. So it's sorting the data in this way. It's saying that, okay, let me sort the data and let me give these rows. If you want this type of a data, yes, you're happy to use it, right? But if the situation is like this, which I said that I need the overall sales of each of the country, and from there I just need to pick the top two or top three. Then first we will use the summarize. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's go and cross-check that as well. So we will go here, new table. First of all, we will simply use the summarize, as you know, summarize function, right? So let's just use this as the question one again. Question two, let's say top in. Right. Using the summarize. Okay, so I'll say top end, tax. And now I'm going to say summarize. So I'll start with actually the top end first because this is the bigger function. I say you got to give me only the two countries or three countries, let's say. The data, obviously, the data we are talking, these are all tabular functions. Now, it is saying table. Now, you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do here? Who will tell me? What I'm going to do here?
Providing a table by
Yes. Now, if you have already written the table, you can write that as well, of course. But let's say I have not created the table. I'm not interested. I want to create the table on the fly. So let's go and use the summarize. Okay. Summarize which table? Now we are in the summarize. Forget about the top end. Go here, group by, again, let's say country. And this time, item ship. Let's say I want to pick the item ship. Okay. So I'm going to pick the item ship and I'm going to say that please use this sum. And sorry, let me once again check. Yeah. So first I have to write the name. See the name. So I started the quotes. So name is total item ship or something unique business. Let's say business. Yeah, this is okay. Shipped items. Generally I write item ship. This time I write shipped items. Okay. Shipped items. Shipped items. So you want to do now expression. Expression is simply sum item ship, which is this. Perfect. What else? Well, nothing else. I guess we are done. No other column. Okay. Summary report is going to be created. Let's close the formula and we are back on the top end. So top end now will use this table. And now in this table, I have to provide again the field. So we have only two fields created here. One is total ship and the other one is, the country. So what I want, order by obviously is on which you have to sort out the data, ascending or descending. So this is our field. So if I start typing, it should show me, isn't it? Total. Yes. So it's showing me total item. No, total shipped item. Yes. So I've created this. You see that? So this is the field I want. And since this is already, a new field here, so this is how the square brackets will be created, unlike the other fields where you have the table name also, right? Because remember, this is all creating, we are creating the table on the fly. So, and I want to see, because it's our top contributors, I will use the data descent. I hope you know this concept, right? Why I'm descending. The top descent in the descending order, the highest number will come first. So this is done. I think, yeah. So this is done. Yeah. Anything else I have? I don't have anything else. Yeah, fine. Let's press enter. Now let's see that what we're going to have. Look at this now. Okay, so we have, this is beautiful, very powerful now. So now you are able to extract these, what I call the top 3 countries also, right? So now,
I think the sorting is not correct now.
so that's okay. Yeah. The sorting is, actually this is a sorting only, but it shows here, maybe try, you have the sorting option here. See, this does not matter to you, because ultimately you want the total on this, or you want to average, or you want to find out something else on these numbers. The numbers are correct. They can come in whatever way, unless you want to show this in your, the data over here, then there you can apply also the sorting. What I mean to say, if I have a table here, right? Now I want the same thing. What are you going to do? You're going to put the country here and then item shape, right? This is what you will do. Then you will put the filter there, right? Sort the data, right? And then you will go in the filter and you will say, hey, mind this option, item shape. Remember this or not? Here we have that option called, where is option country? Basic filtering, and with this one, right? We'll pick the top end from there, but we don't need that, right? We don't need that. So instead of using this, what I will do, I will simply go and say, okay, so what I'm going to do, I've already got my table. I'm just going to put that table here, right? I'm going to put the table here. You see that? Right? So, as I said, that sorting, so we can sort the data. The field will sort the data for you. That's not important. Unless, you show the data here, of course. But they are always sorted, what I'm trying to say. Top 3 means they are top 3. They may come, zigzag, but when you sort them, they will. So, in this way, I can always use this table. Now, this table does not have any filter, my dear friends. People will go here and people will start thinking, oh, he's put the filter, let me see. They won't see anything because this is a tax. This is the tax, right? So, this way also you can use. Same thing you can use for the other functions as well. Okay, so here, let me just write here, text box, using open big table ratio. This note. By default, border should be there. Remember that customized theme, because it's going to save the time. But my problem is that sometimes I don't like them. Sometimes especially in the training, I need that though. So anyway, so I just put this here. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, let me tell you, ask you one question. I hope you understood this, right? So another way of customization, you can now customize your data, having a more control now. Okay. Now, so this is fine. Now what if guys, so introduction part is done, right? So introduction part is done. And this is, let me just, so this actually should be question number 2, because this is what we have done. So top in using summarize text as well. Introduction. Okay, so first thing was simple top in, and then if need be, then we can apply the right also, because that also returns the data. Okay, now the question is that, let's do this. What is the overall item shift from the top 3 items for the entire process? Now I have a question for you, all of you. Now, you know this data, right? Obviously, this data right now does not exist. Understand this. This is just for you. So what I want to do is I want to add the top three performers, top three countries basically, based on their item shape. So basically we are looking for the total, which is 14114. Maybe in the cards I want to show. How will you do that now? First of all, because it's a total sale, so you have to summarize, correct? Once the summary is done, then you have to pick only the top three, right? Once that top three is picked up with their total sale, with the help of summarize, we'll just want to say maybe the calculate, or maybe this time we can't use the count row because we have to total. So if I have to total, I think the calculate DAX is what I think we can use, because calculate DAX, we can supply that the table to the calculate, and maybe then we can punch in that field over there. But there also, I think there is a challenge, because if the table is going to be virtual, then the calculate will not accept that field that it has to sum, isn't it? So the point is that this is done, this formula copy. This what it is going to do. I just need this field from here, isn't it? And there's no data here. First of all, let me clear this. This table does not exist, for example. How will you do that now? I'll just do one thing. I'll just go here and copy this. I'll copy this from here, or I'll paste this here. Yeah. This function, so far, we have got the data. In this data, there is a field called the field is, this one. This is the field. This field I want to sum in this table. So yes, who will tell me? I'm also thinking, trust me. Can I use the sum, calculate? Because my problem is that if I use the calculate, for example, let's do one thing. This time I change the field, total underscore shipped items, for example. Okay? Because then you will get confused, because when I start writing the calculate, you will see this table over there. So this is a table, total ship, yes, total ship items. Okay. Total ship items. This is what I want. Now, if I copy this, for example, and I start writing this function, let's go to the DAX here. So top end will also be there. Okay. So new measure. Question number 2, actually. Question number 3. See? Calculation takes time. Let's start with the unnecessary data over there. So one thing is this, that I've copied this data, and wait a second. Before I do that, this is a question number 3. Again, top end. I'm just going to write here top end. They should not be confused. Yeah. So if I use a calculate, guys, what do you think? What should be the expression then? Because, the table is being created here. It doesn't exist. It's getting created here. So I can't actually simply go and say that, I have to total the ship item here. This one, isn't it? And that's my problem, actually. If I can do that, if I just write here total ship item, I can't see that. You know the reason now. Perfect. Because that table does not exist. So calculate in a way has a problem for me now. Okay. So what else we can do? What we are going to do?
Sum is also not going to work. Or any other formula that we can sum.
Yes, because some can use the existing field, but this table does not exist anywhere. So, so which is the function which uses the table as parameter? Well, one is the calculate, and so what about
Is there any formula like subtotal, or can it take table? Is there any formula like subtotal? I don't know if it is. It can take a table.
we will not use anything which we haven't done. We have to think accordingly, right? So if I use, let's say, okay, so see this now. What I'm going to do, I need the total. That's the first thing. I can use other function, but I haven't covered that. So, so maybe in some session I've covered that, and that's why the question was written here. If you are surprised that, why this question is there, we can't have that function covered. But I don't want to. I just still thinking. So basically, the point is that if we use a filter, for example, the filter, we don't actually need to filter something. Everything, the data is already filtered. That's the first thing. So filter is, I don't think so. We need a filter because I have got the complete data with me. Okay. Now I can use the functions like the function like SumX. It's not SumX, but that we haven't done it. Okay. And so what I'm going to do, if I, for example, let's do one thing. If let's say, let me cut this from here. Okay. So what I'm thinking now, because I need to calculate here definitely, and I say that I want to sum, and I want to sum this item ship, which is this, right? So now what I'm going to do, see this, I'm going to actually use a different approach here, maybe, which is what? Because I definitely need this field here, right? That's the problem. So can I not just create a table here, which comes from the toy data and which has a relevant data as well for me? I mean, this is basically what I'm trying to understand. Instead of creating the, what do you call that, top end or the summarize. Okay, so I'm saying filter, yeah, because filter can work here. Filter, you give me the table, okay, and that table has to be basically, it should actually give me the top items, right? I need, first of all, let's go and check this 3, and yes. So now in the top end, I'll use the summarize. Okay. So this is the plan basically. So filter using the top end, and top end is using the summarize because I need the full data. That is the first important point. So I'm not sure about this. Let's see that. But this is the last thing we are trying today. Otherwise, we'll see tomorrow. So I'm just going to use the summarize because summarize then has the data, and so summarize uses the toy data. So this way I'm connected with the toy data, what I need to say. And then we'll group by. So let's say by total items. I'll just keep this by total. Expression is sum of items shipped. This one. Okay, that is the first thing. So now in this case, summarize works first. Summarize will summarize the data, yes. And summarize will give me the 10 countries, for example. And out of those, then we will pick, let's press comma. Let me just close this. Now we'll come back to the top end. So out of these now, the header is my total. So that's what I want to sort, right? Everyone, my total. This is what I want to sort. And I want to sort this in the descending order. This is what I'm thinking right now. So basically, everything is now considered here. The data comes here. I just close this. I hate these squiggly lines. So because when these comes, obviously it means there's something wrong you're doing. Let me first of all close this filter also. Okay, and finally, so we are actually now, once again, filter expression is required. So filter expression, there's no filter actually this time. I want the entire data. So I'll just give the field called my total. Let me just check this. There's something wrong, it seems to me. But let's go and see. I've closed everything. So basically, when I put the filter here, the data which comes to me, it's actually using the toy data. Okay. So here I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to put here. No, I think this is not going to work, guys, because it's not picking the toy shop now. It's not picking the filter criteria. I put the comma here. I try to write toy. No, it's not picking. A total. Let's just close this. Okay. Actually, filter is not playing here any important role because ultimately filter supplies the data, and the data I have already got, which is this one, So filter, I don't think so. It's useless here, seems to be. Anyways, let's see that. Yeah, it's saying some error. What is the error? Too many arguments passed to the sum function. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have to close the function here like this. Yeah. Okay. And there are no single lines. And one bracket I have to reduce. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's just three lines are removed. That's I can see that is a O. And now let's see. So basically, if I put this Q3 here, okay, and now let's go and create the card. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Now we have to cross check before we. Okay, so I think what we are calculating the total item shipped. So the numbers are different, I think, right? This is 14114. Can we check the formula once again? Uh, it's all about item ship, right? Okay, so see this. I think this is incorrect. 26 is the item shipped from here, isn't it? I think so. Yes. So that's the problem now. We are able to find out the issue, which is good. This is what is happening. It's going actually directly into the toy data, and of course, because this table is something we haven't created. If I have created this table here, I can use it. Then this is a 1 second game for us, right? So this is where actually the concern is that, okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, so can we do one thing? Just put this here. Let's remove the filter. So what I'm doing, otherwise, we'll cover those functions first, and will come back here. In some X, that's a function I can use. So I'm saying that, okay, now see this. This is what my formula is, right? Top in. Till this time, okay. Basically what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to use directly here, the function with its field name. I mean, that's what I'm actually thinking. So no, it's not going to work that way. Okay. Well, if you, so let's see then, because we're not able to find out the right function for that, because it's a summarization is happening. Otherwise, because, so let me just finish this in this way. So what if, let's say, for example, if we will do this tomorrow, then we'll cover some more formulas. But you see, if I just have to add the total from the top three rows, just the top three rows, that I can do it. I hope then that you understand, right? Because then we can just supply this table, because this is a table which we have already created. So this table can go in the calculate with the top end, right? So let's do this way at least, So, um, so this, let's just go and remove all this. I'm simply saying that I want the total on the item shape, this one, and now here I'm just going to use the data, which is the top end. I just use the top end that I want top three values, and there we go, toy data, and order by expression, which is item, and it has to be the descending order. So this is the table basically for me, right? This is the table the calculator will use, right? So let's go and press enter. So this is coming as 2100. Can we cross check? Item shift. So let me first of all remove the sorting from here. Let's see that. top 3 data is there. So total item shipped. Yeah. So let's just do one thing. Put the filter here. Filter. This is the table, and then this is what I want. Provide data item shipped. Yeah. Let's not just provide that directly. The top end directly. So this is how I'm going to give this table now to this sum, to this calculate, and let's just press enter. Let's see that. It's the descending order, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's giving me the same answer, which is this one. And top 3, descending. Okay, now let's cross check this. First of all, what I'm going to do, let me just copy this data, because if the data is wrong, so this is how I'm going to cross check. See that? I'll first check if I'm supplying the right table. Otherwise, we'll see tomorrow. That's not well. Control V. Let's say this is testing. What I want. Let's press enter. Oh, there we go. You see that? So that's not working. That's the problem. And this is what the calculator is using. So what is happening here? Top N is, so first of all, let's pick this. Maybe we don't need the filter here because we don't have any expression. I simply go with this function, first of all, right? Look at the data here, how I have got to know this. What is happening? What's wrong with this data? I'll just explain you this part. Your item shifts are same. There are a lot of 25s here. Do you see? So it's going to pick all, and that's what it goes in the calculation. And then I was wondering that it should pick at least, individually the row, we'll see to the summarization part later on. So it's picking everything the correct way, right? It's only actually these numbers, these numbers are same. So what I will do, you got to think actually that, because commerce takes time, and this is a real experience. If I just go with a script, everything, you'll find that, okay, so this is, very simple, but it's not actually. So I put here 31 and 31. These are the unique numbers, right? Now it's not going to pick the 25. Yes. But at least now through this real time, this is how we sorted out the issue. See, I first of all check the table. Now refresh it. Refresh it. See, it's started taking the time now. Oh, beautiful. This is the problem. Not the problem. We couldn't see that, right? Coming. Okay, now we have this data. So this is like 30, 30, 30, 90. Somewhere around 96 or what? 98.
90.
Yeah. But we found the problem, or 99 actually. So that was really, the fun. Such things now, when you do such mistakes, next time you always remember this is a real learning. So everybody, of course, I understand this is a new concept for you. So now the thing is, what is left? Let's do this tomorrow, because I can't think now at this point. I'm just having this pain. This is okay. But when this is okay, then this should also be okay. This is the individual row by row. It has calculated. It has picked up this all, right? Testing. I should delete this, isn't it? Let me delete. You can create this later. We don't need this. So same way, what if using the summarize, I'm giving that table to that function, and I want that now, you should go and pick those top 3 rows. But the thing is here that when I use the summarize with the top end, this one, I'm not allowed to write that function here. I'm not allowed to create that table here. I want everything to be done on the fly, right? Because if I create this, then I can use the top end very easily. Top end immediately, I can use a calculate. I can say calculate, pick the business aids, and then comma, and then just, just get the data. sorry, not this one, top, this one. Yeah, this one data. Calculate, just take up use the sum function, go here, and in the filter criteria, you don't need to write anything if there is nothing, isn't it? And you get the job done. That means as of now, if you are given this type of a task, you can create a table. You can create the table, the real table, and you can use it, isn't it? No problem. But now our challenge is, which we will see tomorrow. Okay, I'll think on this again. You also, I mean, using what we have done so far. Otherwise, I'll introduce to a new function, then we'll plug this function over there. Okay, so it might be it has come a bit ahead of the session. So we are saying that we want to create this table virtually. Now, when I create this table virtually, as in it does not exist here, Calculate has a problem. Because Calculate cannot refer to a virtual table. And some can never, because some says, oh, I need the column. Now, where I'm going to give you the column when the table does not exist? The table is going to be created on the fly itself. So we need to think about that part. Okay. Count row had worked for us because there we counted the rows, but here we don't want to count. Here we want to actually add. And we don't have any function like sum rows. Okay. We don't have sum row. Otherwise, we would have done it. Okay. So anyways, but there is a function SumX, which I'll tell you. So I hope, so we are closing on the good note. Finally, we got this issue sorted out. And for the other one, we will talk tomorrow. Okay. Then let's see. And we will also see those that who asked me this question that, Paramjit, I think that what if I need those top 2 country names or top 3 country names, and I don't need the data or I don't need the average or sum. I just need the country names. I mean, is it possible? So let's talk about that also.
Sir, one last small thing.
Yeah. Ask me. Question you can ask. Otherwise, somebody has to drop. Please do that. We are done.
Yeah. Sir, if we have multiple same values, like if we are doing or trying top end, right? So can we take one value from those same values and I want to skip the other values? Like there are
yes.
4 values, 100. Yes. I just want to consider one.
Yeah, you have some functions which can remove the duplicates. I'll tell you tomorrow, like a function called values. So value, so this is a function which what it does if I write a value. Now we need to see if the value works between, I mean, in these functions or not. Otherwise, what value actually does is, let me see that. When a column name is given, returns a single column table of unique values. Okay. So this table, what it does, we use this to basically sort out these type of problems. That, I mean, if I have 100 rows, out of those 100 rows, I have only 5 unique rows. I just want the calculation based on 5 rows, all that stuff. So you please write it down, this question, or just type it on the Skype window, chat window, and we'll see tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm probably, we will finish these tags.
Sure, sir. I think it would be a great idea if we type all the questions in the group. Right?
Yeah, because this is the time because now you have done enough, and this is the time when you practice, and when you have anything bothering you, you come to me and we can play the concept. We may take some time, but then as you know, this is not training, which is hours targeted on the hours. I just want my team should, when they go out from here, they will be put on the auto gear, because there are also a lot of DAX functions you may go and use them in future. So fundamentals should be strong. Okay. Fine, then go through all these. I'll send it. Thank you.